Welcome to Heroes and Generals Beta Videolog 12. The game is currently in open beta, so please bear in mind that the gameplay, graphics and sound shown here will evolve and improve over time. We're currently releasing new updates for the game more frequently than previously, so in this video we'll show you some of the features introduced in the last couple of updates. First, there's the tanks. We have doubled the amount of tanks available in the game by adding 8 new tanks and 1 new tank destroyer. The new armored vehicles are the German Panzerkampfwagen 38T Ausführung A light tank, a captured Czech design that also provides the chassis for the Hetzer, the intriguing US M2A2 light tank with its 2 machine gun turrets for twice the fun, the German Panzerkampfwagen 2 Ausführung C light tank, sporting a quick-firing 20mm autocannon similar to the German AA gun, the US M24 Chaffee light tank, a fast, dangerous and surprisingly modern-looking light tank with a hard-hitting 75mm cannon, the German Panzerkampfwagen 4 Ausführung H medium tank, the most numerous of the German tanks in World War II, the US M3 Lee medium tank. With both a sponson-mounted cannon and a turret-mounted one, it provides tons of fun for the experienced crew. The German Panzerkampfwagen 6 Tiger 2 heavy tank, the dreaded Königstiger, a mechanical behemoth feared by all. The US M4A1 Sherman medium tank, a more common variant of the Sherman tank. And the German Jagdpanzer 38T Hetzer tank destroyer, based on the same chassis as the Panzer 38T, a low-profile tank destroyer whose nickname means chaser. All characters can now have a personal vehicle loadout similar to the weapons loadout. This means that your characters can own and upgrade various types of vehicles depending on their class. Infantry can own off-road cars, motorcycles and half-tracks. Recon soldiers can own motorcycles and armored reconnaissance vehicles. Fighter pilots can own planes, and tank crew can own tanks and tank destroyers. You can upgrade your vehicles with anti-tank and supply crates, which you and your fellow infantry buddies can use on the battlefield. In coming updates, we will add other kinds of upgrades, such as camouflage, engine upgrades, special ammunition, and so on. In our latest update, we have also introduced a lot of new weapons to the game. The US faction now have the M3 Grease gun at their disposal as an entry-level submachine gun, and the German faction have received its counterpart, the Maschinenpistole 43. But there's more. With the map of Europe constantly being redrawn by shifting front lines and alliances, Russian weapons have begun making their appearance in the West. Whether captured from weapons depots or traded by the Soviets in exchange for foreign aid, they are now available for the troops in both factions. The available Russian weapons are the Degtyarev DP-28 light machine gun, the PPSH 41 submachine gun, which the Germans called Maschinenpistole 717R, the RGD 33 Handgrenade, the PMK 40 anti-personnel mine, and the TM 35 anti-tank mine. And please forgive me if my Russian is a little rusty. Besides the captured Russian weapons, both the US and the German faction now have access to a few captured weapons from the opposing faction. This being anti-personnel and anti-tank mines, hand grenades, close combat weapons, and anti-tank weapons. We have also introduced weapon personalization, where you can have different variations of wood, camouflage, and coloring for your weapons. Right now you can buy variations for the M1 Garand and the Gewehr 43. But in coming updates, we'll add personalization for the rest of the weapons, as well as more variation options for each weapon. You get access to all the new weapons and vehicles when your characters rise in rank or earn ribbons based on your actions in the game. But if you wish to speed up the process, you may now purchase ribbon boosters to progress and unlock weapons, vehicles, and combat badges faster. And if you can't wait for your soldier to unlock a career change, In order to become a tanker, fighter pilot, or recon, we have now made it possible to buy a new soldier of your preferred class. The spotting system has gone through a couple of iterations in the last couple of updates, with help and feedback from the community. If you look directly at an enemy soldier or vehicle on the battlefield for more than 3 seconds, you will spot him or it, and fellow soldiers within 300 meters of the spotted enemy will be warned of his location. However, the notification won't follow the spotted enemy, but will remain at its original location, and it will fade out over 10 seconds. There are 2 different icons for spotted enemies, one for vehicles and one for infantry. If you're inside a plane or a tank, you can only see spotted vehicles, but if you're not in a plane or tank, you can see both spotted vehicles and spotted infantry. And as a tip to all who wish to avoid being spotted, unlocking and equipping the ghillie combat badge will counter spotting, as it reduces the fade-out time for the spot notification substantially. With the gold ghillie badge, the spot notifications will only be visible for 1 second. We have expanded the campaign map quite a bit by adding more than 200 new battlefields, and in order to have more assault missions on the airfield map, many of the new battlefields are in fact airfields. However, the range of fighter squadron assault teams has been reduced, so now possession of airfields plays an even larger strategic role in the battle for European dominance. And finally, if you're new to Heroes and Generals, we have introduced a small tutorial that will take you through the basics of the user interface, making it easier to familiarize yourself with the game. That's all for now. Let us know your thoughts on the new updates in the forums at heroesandgenerals.com or on the game's Facebook page. We hope you like the changes. Play the game now at heroesandgenerals.com.